So that must have been a proud day for you,
that was a proud day.
You worked in the service under many different kinds of administrations over the years
That's right.
too. Yeah. Now, when Eisenhower left being president, he warned everybody about this military-industrial complex thing. What's your take on all that?
I don't. I think he was over concerned. I don't think that such a thing ever ever existed myself. But there are plenty of controls of that.
The, uh, the technology and all these different kinds of planes is just amazing, even to the supersonic.
That's right.
So when you look back over your career in the military, if you were going to summarize what you got out of it, what do you think is the main thing you got out of being in the service?
Well, I got a whole way of life. I got a living, but I got a whole way of life, and it was very exciting, and I had lots of fun. And apparently they were reasonably happy with my performance. Made me a general officer.
The baseball manager Joe Torre talks about the concept of character,
Mm-hmm.
and he says you can learn more about a person's character during the tough times.
That's right.
Versus the easygoing times.
That's right.
Can you talk about some of the characters that you've worked with over the years, and what's unique about being in that profession of test pilot? And you got to have character to do that, don't you?
Yeah. Well, Bud Anderson that I told you about a while ago is one of my heroes. He's really got character, and my favorite boss was a man right there is Harry Goldsworthy, and he had tremendous character and tremendous integrity. Both of them did.
What do you think are the important values a person should have? Now, you're at your stage of your life, you look back over your life, if you're going to give advice to a kid about what's the kind of values a person should have, what do you think are important values?
Well, I think we've talked about them. I think that, luck. Everybody says you were lucky. And a long time ago, I remember a neighbor of ours said, courage and will, perseverance and skill are the 4 leaves of luck's clover. And I believe that.
Over the years, being in the service, you've gotten some friendships along the way.
A lifetime friendship. And I still keep up with them.
Now, you had a family and everything besides your career?
That's right. I have 5 children.
Did you, and you have 5, you have grandchildren?
Yes, 9 grandchildren.
Right.
And I have a second marriage, and my wife has 3. And she has 3 grandchildren. We're very happy.
Now, how long did you stay with Boeing?
I stayed with Boeing 16 years.
And so you decided to stay here in the Northwest.
That's right.
Right. You still go back to Mississippi?
Not very much.
If you were going to summarize your life, what would you say about this guy named Guy?
I don't know. I think I've had a very good life. I'm not another happy old man.
The kids in history, do you think it's important for people to learn about history and think about this stuff?
I think I think that the fact that we don't teach geography in school today, and we don't teach history the way I learned the history, and I think that's very bad. But yeah.
Who are you?
I understand that there was a high school teacher in the United States that talked about World War XI, Roman numeral II, World War XI. I think that's a real shame. And you know, if you ask the the kids all about, tell us about World War II, they can't tell you the difference between World War I and World War II. I don't think that's right.
A lot of people sacrifice to get them today.
Mm-hmm.
If you look back over your career, what were the key turning points or defining moments you think for you that got you where you are today?
When I went to Texas and went to Texas A&M, Texas was a land of opportunity. I was making $2.50 a day in driving a truck in Texas in Mississippi, and I made 28 cents an hour. In fact, and I got a paper route, and I was making $40 a month on that. We had breadwinners in Mississippi who wasn't making any more than that. And Texas, Houston never really had the Depression. It was an oil town.
You liked flying your whole life.
I love it.
What's it about flying? Is it just the freedom, or what's it like? What's it about it that still gets it in your blood like that?
It's three-dimensional. It's not just two-dimensional, and it's a challenge to get an airplane to do exactly what you want it to do. It's not boring like driving a car. Driving a car is boring, but flying an airplane is not boring.
When you get a whole bunch of pilots together, what kind of stuff do you guys talk about?
Well, everything. Talk about airplanes. I got a couple of lunch bunches that we talk all the time. We have a social outfit called the QBs, the Quiet Birdman, which was supposed to be, it was sarcastic, and we meet once a month. And we've got another bunch that bunch right there is they're all pilots that we get together and we talk about aviation. We talk about accidents, about what caused the accidents. For instance, that Buffalo accident, which I thought was a shame.
The right now, private aviation, this might be going through a crisis right now.
Absolutely. General aviation is a real crisis right now. And they're cutting back on all the light jets right now, and that's very bad.
You're talking to a kid. Why do you think a kid should think about flying?
Well, the flying career today, the airline flying today, is no longer the panacea it was by any stretch of the imagination. And the service flying is still good, but the aviation per se it hadn't got the monetary advantages that you could do by going other places.
I was talking to Clay Lacey.
I know him.
And I interviewed him for the Johnny Myers film,
Yeah.
and he was talking about how his only regret is he wishes they would keep on going faster. And then Lyndon Blue explained it to me that there's a sweet spot.
Yeah.
There's a certain speed that's more of a sweet spot that's kept aviation going, but Clay still wishes they'd go faster.
I guess he was talking about 9.3 Mach number.
Yeah. Did you like going fast?
Oh yeah. But I'm glad Boeing didn't build a supersonic transport, although I was working on it at that particular time, because all the cost surveys on that airplane were based on 10-cent fuel, and fuel went to $4 a gallon.
You've seen that change in your lifetime too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're going to just do a summary as why people should think about service, is there anything reason why you think they should look at it?
Well, I think I've explained it to you.
What's the benefits there?
You can get a lot of experience and a lot of education, and Uncle Sam will pay you to learn. And if you're an airman, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, they can retire after 20 years and with on half pay, and that's a big advantage.
It looks like you've flown quite a few different model numbers over the years.
Yeah, I've been fortunate.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time.
Well, you're more than welcome, and I enjoyed it.
Thank you. Shooting the event up there at Treasure Island. So you still like those F-86s? I've heard that. Is Mr. Anderson still?
If you ask Bob Lula first, what his favorite airplane was, he'll tell you F-86.
Now, is Mr. Anderson still around, or
Oh yeah,
where does he live at?
he lives right down in California. He lives in Auburn and Tahoe.
Yeah, I was talking to a B-52 pilot just a couple weeks ago,
Is that right?
and I did B-17.
Grand old airplane.
Yeah, I interviewed this guy named Roy Bates. He lives down in Arizona now, but he was a fighter pilot, and they, for a while there, they had him flying the B-52s, and he still liked fighter pilots, but sometimes you guys had to fly different planes. Huh? You probably got to meet a few presidents over the years?
Yeah, you saw Lyndon Johnson right there.
I did, yes.
I got to meet Eisenhower. That was the first nuclear drop, sir. That's General May's first jet airplane ride.
So you got into acrobatics though a little bit. That's interesting. Did you like that?
Yeah, love it.
Now, does the Test Pilot Association have an annual convention?
Yes,
Where's it going to be this next year?
it's down at Disneyland.
Oh, that's the one you're talking about.
That's right.
That's right. What time of year is that?
September.
Oh.
The last week of September.
So there's still people pilots still testing new planes all the time too.
All right. We've got 2,000 members of SETP now.
Wow.
Worldwide.
Wow. That's interesting. That's great. That's the rabbit's foot. Yeah. Are you a member of the Rotary?
Yeah.
They do good things.